Hello everyone, welcome to Sports here. On this video I am going to predict the 2019 Women's World Cup, and let's get this video started, and please subscribe. In Group A we have France, Norway, Nigeria, and South Korea. I predict that France will finish first in Group A with 3 wins worth 9 points, and will move on to the 16 knockout round. France has never won the Women's World Cup, but has a great chance as the host to win the Women's World Cup in 2019. That would be pretty cool if they did win the World Cup in their home country. I predict that Norway will finish second in Group A with 2 wins worth 6 points, and will move on to the 16 knockout round as a Group A runner-up. Norway has made every Women's World Cup since 1991, when Women's World Cup just started its first event. I predict that Nigeria will finish third in Group A with 1 win and 1 tie worth 4 points, and will be one of the top third place finishers to move on to the 16 knockout round. Nigeria has made every Women's World Cup since 1991. I predict that South Korea will finish 4th in Group A with 0 wins and 1 tie worth 1 point. It will not move on to the next round. This will be the 3rd time in South Korea women's soccer history that they made the Women's World Cup. In Group B we have Germany, Spain, China, and South Africa. I predict that Germany will finish first in Group B with 2 wins and 1 tie worth 7 points, and will move on to the 16 knockout round. Germany has won the Women's World Cup twice and has qualified for a Women's World Cup every single time since 1991. I predict that Spain will finish second in Group B with 2 wins worth 6 points, and will move on to the 16 knockout round. That would be their 2nd time in their history that they qualify for the Women's World Cup. I predict that China will finish 3rd in Group B with 1 win and 1 tie worth 4 points, and would be one of the top 3rd place finishers to move on to the 16 knockout round. And China has never won the Women's World Cup. I predict that South Africa will finish 4th in Group B with 1 win worth 3 points, and will not move on to the next round. This will be the first time ever that South Africa has made the Women's World Cup. In Group C we have Australia, Brazil, Italy, and Jamaica. I predict that Australia will finish first in Group C with 3 wins worth 9 points, and will move on to the 16 knockout round. Australia has made the Women's World Cup every time except 1991 Women's World Cup. I predict that Brazil will finish second in Group C with 1 win and 1 tie worth 4 points, and will move on to the 16 knockout round. Brazil has made every Women's World Cup since it started back in 1991. I predict that Italy will finish 3rd in Group C with 1 win and 1 tie worth 4 points, and would be one of the top 3rd place finishers to move on to the 16 knockout round. Italy has only qualified for the World Cup 2 other times before the 2019 Women's World Cup. I predict that Jamaica will finish 4th in Group C with 0 wins worth 0 points, and will not move on to the next round. This will be the first time ever that Jamaica has made the Women's World Cup. In Group D we have England, Japan, Scotland, and Argentina. I predict that England will finish first in Group D with 2 wins and 1 tie worth 7 points, and will move on to the 16 knockout round. England has qualified for 5 out of the 8 Women's World Cups. I predict that Japan will finish second in Group D with 2 wins worth 6 points, and will move on to the 16 knockout round. Japan is one of the best teams in the 2019 Women's World Cup. I predict that Scotland will finish 3rd in Group D with 1 win and 1 tie worth 4 points, and will be one of the top 3rd place finishers to move on to the 16 knockout round. Scotland has never qualified for the Women's World Cup until now. I predict that Argentina will finish 4th in Group D with 0 wins worth 0 points, and will not move on to the next round. Argentina will most likely have an early exit in this year's World Cup. In Group E, we have Canada, the Netherlands, New Zealand, and Cameroon. I predict that Canada will finish first in Group E with 2 wins and 1 tie worth 7 points, and will move on to the 16 knockout round. Canada has been to the Women's World Cup in almost every year except 1991. I predict that the Netherlands will finish second in Group E with 2 wins and 1 tie worth 7 points, and will move on to the 16 knockout round. This will be the second time in Netherlands history that they made the Women's World Cup. I predict that New Zealand will finish third in Group E with 1 win worth 3 points and will not move on to the next round. New Zealand has never won a game in the Women's World Cup. I predict that Cameroon will finish fourth in Group E with 0 wins worth 0 points and will not move on to the next round. This will be the second time that Cameroon made the Women's World Cup. In Group F, we have USA, Sweden, Thailand, and Chile. I predict that the USA will finish first in Group F with 3 wins worth 9 points and will move on to the 16 knockout round. The last time the USA was in the Women's World Cup, they won it all in 2015. I predict that Sweden will finish second in Group F with 2 wins worth 6 points and will move on to the 16 knockout round. Sweden has qualified for every single time for the Women's World Cup. I predict that Thailand will finish third in Group F with 0 wins, 1 tie worth 1 point, and will not move on to the next round. This will only be the second time in Thailand history that they made the Women's World Cup. I predict that Chile will finish fourth in Group F with 0 wins and 1 tie worth 1 point, and will not move on to the next round. This will be the first time for Chile to make the Women's World Cup. France versus Spain. I predict that France will win over Spain 3-1. Germany versus Norway. My prediction is that Germany will win 2-1 over Norway. Australia versus Japan. My prediction is that Australia will win over Japan 1-0. England versus Brazil. My prediction is that England will win over Brazil 2-1. Sweden versus Canada. My prediction is that Canada will win 3-2 over Sweden. The USA versus the Netherlands. My prediction is that the USA will win 3-1 over the Netherlands. Italy versus Scotland. My prediction is that Italy will win over Scotland 2-1. Nigeria versus China. Nigeria will win 1-0 over China. And now for the quarterfinals. France versus Australia. My prediction is that France will win 3-2 over Australia. Germany versus England. I predict that Germany will win over England 2-1. Canada versus Nigeria. My prediction is that Canada will win 3-0 against Nigeria. The USA versus Italy. My prediction is that the USA will win 3-1 over Italy. And now for the semifinals. France versus Canada. My prediction is that France will win 1-0 over Canada. Germany versus the USA. My prediction is that the USA will win 3-2 over Germany. And now for the championship game. France versus the USA. My prediction is that the USA will win the World Cup 2-1 over France. So what are your guys' predictions for the Women's World Cup? Leave your comments below and tell me what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching Sportstagator. Please subscribe and share this content with friends and family. And don't forget to just keep loving sports, and I'll see you next time.